Welcome back
Woohoo!
to
Whoa!
another episode.
Da, 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 da.
We got Rogelio, of course, and we got Mario and your boy Randy. We're gonna revisit something that's very hot.
Hot.
Hotness.
All right, so stay tuned.
Ice.
Top Talks.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yay.
So, I think our last topic was so hot that I think it's just right to revisit it.
Let's do it.
So actually, there were some people that actually commented about our ice videos.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Good,
actually,
bad?
let's go look.
I think it's better to see it, right? Yeah.
It's
I
better to
saw
see
a
it.
couple, but I think let's read it again and then let's see what they got.
All right, so there's this first one. It says Filipinos remember your ancestors fought a war against the Americans, but
Okay.
lost, which made us a colony
Right.
status, and then fought with the Americans against Japan, Vietnam, and Korea. Then up to today, we'll
Right.
fight wars with America. Yet Mexico, China, and India still gets more immigration approvals than Filipino when we have more history with America than them.
Damn.
Sit on that thought for a second. This is from at RL
Fire shots.
I know.
8571.
Fire shots on that one.
Though somebody responded, the
Yeah.
Seattle Gamer,
Yeah.
they said Mexico is literally next to the U.S. and will always have the most immigrants. China and
Makes
India
sense.
both have over 1 billion people, which means that there are far more people in those
Oh,
countries
statistically.
with enough money to make themselves a low-risk visa approval. A lot of Chinese and Indian immigrants come into the U.S. through student visas and then transition to a work
Yeah,
visa
that's true. Yeah. Okay.
through whatever employer hires them and sponsors them.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
students have quite a bit of a capital behind them to send them to top schools in the United States.
Yeah.
There are over 3 million Filipino immigrants living in the U.S. currently, with Filipinos making up nearly 4% of the entire American immigrants population. While it's hard to get into the U.S. as an average Filipino, plenty do each and every year. So
Wow.
thank you both for the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
So
some,
yeah, he does make a point. I mean,
Yeah, he does.
they have bigger population. and
There,
stuff.
there was another comment.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Oh
other-
yeah. So there is another comment.
I think something about
So the three
Oh,
of
yeah,
you
that
are
one,
legal
yeah.
immigrants but don't have America blood.
yeah. I think that's the one
What
that
does it take to?
that's the one that's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what was meant to say because if I'm just reading this, say that again. Let me say it again. What's this again?
So the
Three of you are legal immigrants,
but don't
they don't have American blood. And
Okay.
everything is capitalized with exclamation points.
right. So he's making a point basically.
He's trying to make a point, but
Yeah.
for me, it's not so clear.
Right.
Like, is it because I'm not white?
Yeah. What is the definition of
I don't
American?
know.
Right.
I don't
What is
know.
American blood? Right.
I don't
Yeah.
I
know.
mean, being white does not necessarily
And
say
that's
That is true too.
Right.
That is true.
you know.
I think is what's his name? Lawrence.
Lawrence
Hey,
Dow.
first of all, Lawrence, we appreciate you commenting. I think it's if you could comment again and explain what you just said, but just reading off this, I think my opinion on this, if me the way I see it,
Yeah.
what was meant to say, and he's right. I am a legal immigrant with no American blood. But
Yeah.
I'm an American citizen. That makes
Right.
sense. My blood that's running through my veins is obviously
right, Filipino blood.
Filipino blood. Yes, literally,
Yeah.
obviously, right? I mean, and I'm no doubt 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a legal immigrant,
Right.
and an
American
American
citizen.
citizen that's in fact served
Right.
to fight for the freedom of this
Yeah,
lovely
to
country.
protect and defend
Protect and
the
defend the
Constitution of the
country.
United
Yes.
States. basically.
And if that's not American blood enough, I don't know what else,
I don't know what else.
right?
Yeah, it will be nice if Lawrence.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
put it more in a better context.
Right.
Right.
It seems like he was, or Lawrence was a little bit he was trying to make a point. Whether he's heated, emotional, or whatever the
Yeah,
case
yeah,
may be, it would be nice if you could please explain
Right.
what you meant by American blood, so that we could get context and a better answer to
Right.
that
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Because if I was going to answer that question,
Well, I don't know if it's a question.
oh,
Or
that
it's a
comment.
statement.
Sorry,
It's a
the
comment.
statement.
Yeah.
The statement. If I was going to retort to that statement,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, well, great. Like Randy, I'm an immigrant, became a U.S. citizen, served in the United States Army, 20 plus years,
Yeah.
infantry,
Yeah.
numerous deployments,
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears. And I want to know if, because of my service, blood, sweat, and tears, and I don't have American blood, does that mean that I cannot even talk about or have any input on this
Yeah,
topic?
Yeah.
Because now
It's pretty broad, right? The
it
statement.
is broad.
Yeah.
Because I would, if I answer it deeply,
Yeah.
then it would go to my segment. So
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Right, I
yeah.
see what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and for everybody else that's listening to us, maybe they can answer that question too, or statement.
Oh, that would be great.
Maybe some of them actually get what he's trying
What
to
he's
say.
trying to say.
Yeah. Maybe we're not
Yeah.
getting it the way it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
And any comment is welcome.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether good, bad, or ugly.
I don't think there's any good or bad.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's
you're
opinion.
right.
Everybody's entitled to their own.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Whether it's good, bad, and ugly is two people.
yes, two people.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I would love to get more content.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we can have a little bit more. If you want to have a discussion,
Yeah.
have a little bit more content.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's exactly why we have this podcast anyway, to
Yeah.
have comments that we want to see comments so we can talk about it and
And plus, I
And
want to know where
learn.
he's coming from.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm
So I
very
want-
intrigued.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm intrigued. I want to know where he's coming from, how he sees things.
Yeah.
So, or Lawrence, I don't know if it's a he or a she.
Yeah.
You never know nowadays.
You never know.
Yeah.
So, I just want to understand more,
Yeah.
so I could properly
Answer the
Yeah.
statement or
answer-
question.
Yeah, answer
Yeah,
the
yeah.
statement.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's other comments.
I know one of them is funny actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one. That last one is
Who's gonna
funny.
pick that
Who's
guy?
gonna pick the grapes?
You.
Someone said you.
This is kind of underhanded. Who's gonna pick the
Who's
card?
gonna pick the cards?
Illegal can also be overstayed tourist, visa.
That's
work
very true,
visa.
too.
That is true.
I think we mentioned that actually, did we? Yeah.
This one I don't appreciate.
This is
Hey, this one I agree.
no. This is debatable right here.
Hey, what was that?
Seahawks sucks? Come on, Manny.
Manny Fresh. I probably the only one I agree with in this.
we agree to disagree.
Trust me, I disagree with these two
That's your
folks.
opinion. That's your opinion.
It's a great opinion.
Oh, here's another question. Well, they tried this in the Philippines, so how well? I don't think you can try it in the Philippines.
Try this in the the ice
The
to
immigration,
what do you mean to
to deport, like
deport who?
exactly the Chinese.
The Chinese,
Koreans. I heard a lot of
no.
Koreans coming to the Philippines now too.
There's a lot of Vietnamese, Thais. There's a lot of people over there too.
Illegally?
Some expats that's been overstaying. Yeah, but I think the issue with the Philippines is far different from what we have over here.
Who says try this in the Philippines? Well, how was it? How well will it fly?
Will it fly?
I think
See
it
how
will.
it flies.
I think it will, especially in the Philippines. That'll
Oh,
be-
it's gonna be easy.
They will drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either ground or they're gonna be buried underground.
Yeah. Plus, well, with the topic that the first comment that you mentioned, actually, we got a video that kind of ties into
yeah?
that. Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
let's go.
Yeah,
All right, let's check it out.
check that out. Da-na-na-na.
Alright, here we go.
Actually, a permanent resident here, a first-generation immigrant and college student. I moved here from the Philippines in 2018, and I just wanted to share my thoughts about what's happening
No,
at the
no,
border
no.
with illegal
I think-
immigrants moving.
Replay. Do
No,
it
no,
again?
that one. You're right. The other one. That one.
Here, a first-generation
Oh, we need
immigrant
sound.
and college student. I moved here from the Philippines in 2018, and I just wanted to share my thoughts about what's happening in our border with illegal
Okay,
immigrants
we're,
moving, crossing our border.
We gotta figure
every
this
day.
out.
Yeah,
And
having
that's
a little
big
bit
problem
difficulty.
for us legal immigrants here. It's a big disrespect for us, for my parents and me, who spent thousands and thousands of dollars, waited years and years for just to come here. Kelsey and Charlie,
What
like,
she
thank you
said-
for all your hard work. Thank you for
It's pretty
representing
interesting.
the
It's very
union
interesting.
movement.
Yeah,
And
never
Kelsey,
thought
you
about
are
it.
my
I've never seen it
role
that way actually until she said it.
You
Like, oh,
inspire
that's
me to be a strong, independent
one way to
woman.
look at it.
You may not be able to vote right now,
Yeah.
but you got to
Yeah,
vote.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
That's why
powerful
it's important,
story.
I think,
Make sure you
that
share it with as
our
many people as you
viewers-
can.
It is a
should see
disgrace
this
to your
if never-
family that
if
people
they
who
have-
cut
If
in
they
line
haven't
are given
viewed-
Yes,
benefits.
if they
Right?
We need to reward good
I'm pretty
behavior
sure a lot
and
of people
punish
seen
bad
this
behavior.
already.
God
Yeah,
bless you.
Especially
well,
with
we're gonna rerun it with the volume this time.
actually a
Yeah.
permanent resident here, a first-generation immigrant and college student.
If
I
we
moved
get the
here from
volume.
the
If we can
Philippines
get
in
it right.
2018,
If
and
we
I
can
just
get
wanted
it
to
right.
share
Just stand
my
by.
thoughts
We
about
got
what's
you.
happening in
Yeah.
our border. With illegal immigrants moving, crossing our border every day, that's a big problem for us legal immigrants here. It's a big disrespect for us, for my parents and me, who spent thousands and thousands
Technical
of dollars,
difficulties.
waited years and years for just to come here. Tulsi and Charlie, like, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for representing the unity movement. And Tulsi, you are my role model. And
They can hear it?
you
Okay, well,
inspire me
let's,
to be a strong, independent woman.
You may not be able to
Let's see
vote
if we
right now,
can at
but you
least
got a loud voice and a powerful story. Make sure you share it with as many people as you
read.
can.
It is a disgrace to your family that people who cut in
There you
line
go.
are given benefits. We need to reward good behavior and punish bad behavior. God bless.
There you go. Yeah.
That's weird.
That is so weird.
Yeah. So, well, basically, that statement that was mentioned by that young college Filipina student. She's saying that as a legal immigrant, I think it's unfair for those who
going
you know,
through the process. That's,
the ancestors that waited 10 plus years and spent thousands and thousands of dollars just to get here. You know,
and then you have
and,
people.
and then people that's just coming in illegally.
And then I
Illegal,
think that's
Yeah, that's what she
and
said.
that's what that first comment that we had
Yeah.
stated is
Oh, the unfairness.
The unfairness,
Like,
right.
well, American fought with the Filipinos. and-
right.
Yeah.
right.
But yet we
We're
are
the last-
going through the hardship of just trying to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of people, right?
Yeah. As one of the people that waited for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sharing with you guys a while ago. Like when I was growing up, I didn't know that we were gonna be here
Right.
until it was like a month or two that we were going through the process of medical.
Yeah.
And then leaving the Philippines.
Right.
I didn't know anything about it, but the process started way,
Yeah.
like years before I was even born.
Right.
Well, I was born, but
Yeah. As far as you can remember.
as
right?
far as I can remember.
Yeah.
And just like what her sentiments was, it's unfair because there's a lot of people that are crossing illegally.
Yeah.
Whether, for the right cause or whatever the case may be,
Right.
Right.
it's illegal to cross other borders.
Yes. Let's make it fair across the board. I think that's where her point is.
Yes, make it
Let's
fair,
make
across,
it fair
the board.
across the board. If you're gonna, if we have to do it this way and we go through the process, why can't everybody else do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a pretty good point, right? And I think that's why we revisited this topic because it is a hot topic,
Right.
And that's why we want more comments. I think we are delighted to see comments actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because-
That means that people are paying attention.
paying
and
attention to what's going on in the new
in the
this-
world. And,
Yeah, well, at least in our country.
in our
Yeah.
Yeah.
podcast, but also based on per that video's comments, I mean, it is unfair and it is happening. I think, and it's not just in the United States. It
Right.
happens, not in Europe, in England, in Germany.
That is true. Like France, I think they're having a lot of
France,
illegal immigrants down there. too.
But I don't
Yeah.
think. I think what she's saying kind of conforms to the point of, is it because we're Asian Filipinos that other countries can get here illegally, or are we being discriminated against? You never know. I mean, there's a lot of factors that comes into play as far as immigration
Right.
is concerned, and not everybody in the world can get in a specific country because of lack of resources or dwindling resources.
Yeah.
We have to control the flow of the the immigration train, or
Right.
else we're gonna hurt the economy basically.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there's a lot. I think, and that's the problem. Well, what most people don't see is the bigger picture.
Right.
I think we mentioned it before. There is a bigger picture besides just drugs, crimes. There's more into that.
Right.
That's just being highlighted
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
which is true. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because
And-
most of the time we want immigration, we want those skill sets, we want those talented people. It's just we gotta have to have a cap.
First of all, how do you capture the skill set if you don't know they're here?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what. Well,
that's a
illegally,
good- that's a
because if
good-
you come in illegally, like if you got a skill set that's like that you can
you're a doctor and you're crossing illegally.
How
then
would I know that you can help me?
How
Right.
Can you work?
That's right. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't. I don't think you
if
can.
you're a doctor, you should have enough funds to do it legally.
No, you're right. But I know that there are always other factors that causes people to cross illegally.
Right.
And I don't want to name them, and I'm not justifying them.
Yeah.
I'm just stating that there's so many factors.
They are.
And I do feel for that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
But there's also the legal way to do it.
Right.
If people, I'm not even not sure if I should say it, but there's a law that people need to follow, and if they do follow the law will work for them too.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, it did to us.
It did to us.
You know what I mean? I think coming in here legally, it didn't make
I mean,
us
it's
any.
just so hard to swim. That's a farce.
Well, you can start by Guam, and then
but I do
Hawaii, and then
But I do have a question. This
Eventually make it
is going to
Seattle.
be coming from the different lens
Yeah.
of this issue, right?
yeah,
You know, the folks that want illegal immigrants to come,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, what do they get out of it? I don't understand.
That's a good question.
You know what I mean?
What
Like,
do they get out of it?
what do they get out of it? I mean, I get it. They cause if you think about it, so I've seen this video where, you know, a guy goes to house. Like, are you pro immigration or against illegal immigration?
Okay,
Right?
I haven't seen
I
that.
mean,
but-
everybody should be pro immigration if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
But he said, like, are you okay with illegal immigrants coming to the country? And of course, that lady or the guy that he's talking to say, yes, I'm all for it, right? And then the guy like, oh, okay, so well, we have 3 illegal immigrants here.
yeah, I saw that.
You saw that,
Yeah,
right?
stay in your house and
Go stay in your house. They have no place to stay. And then they're like, oh, no. So I'm just wondering, like,
Okay, I see what
what
you're talking.
makes them want that, but they don't want the consequence of it.
You know, this is a very low excuse or an answer for that. On the last podcast, we talk about
Yeah,
people that are brainwashed,
Right,
And they just
right.
want to follow.
right.
So the trend is, you know, you got to open your borders. Otherwise, you are
That this and that,
racist.
right? Bigoted.
Yeah, they call you names.
Yeah,
And again, I don't know if that's the best answer. I know it's not.
no.
But for me, for that example, with that person that was saying, okay, so you do support, here are 3, can you help them? The answer is no right away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So going with the flow, just to say it, but no real solutions or answers
Yeah.
if it happens.
But
Or
that's for our
commitment, or
But that's
commitment.
for our viewers. Maybe some of our viewers can answer that. You know, if you don't mind illegal immigrants crossing, why and what is the end state on that? Right?
End state,
Goal. What is it like?
Goal.
Why is it okay for you to have illegal immigrants?
I know there's support out there for what happened past couple of years.
Right.
Because there was a huge wave that happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the support was there, but it drained
Oh.
a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean,
Shit,
if
I'll drain a lot of states.
it drained a lot of states. If
It did,
everybody's
actually.
okay with that one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then I guess.
I think New York was prime example. I think they gave up, didn't it? Like
Oh yeah, because
like
Texas
a year
can
or
handle
2
it.
years later, they're like, oh, you know what? We don't.
no more.
Yeah. I
Right?
think we're done.
But you
I think
said,
weren't they giving out like
Yeah, but there was.
yeah,
free credit cards and stuff like that? New
Yeah,
York?
that's what the Doge is finding out right now.
They were the ones who was like really. Why don't you let him in?
Yeah.
So Texas started busting them over there
Oh, they bussed him to New York.
until they
Oh,
got
yeah.
until they got flooded.
I think they bust some at
Yeah.
Pelosi's place, I believe.
They did.
The state, wherever she's
On
from.
her house.
Oh snap! I didn't know that. Wow.
So
Yeah, I think it's fair to hear everyone's voices too, because we want to hear it. We want to hear if you're pro illegal immigrants, illegal, okay?
Yeah.
Then why and what's your opinion on that?
Right.
Basically,
We
I don't know
just
if I'm
want to
asking the right-
understand
Yeah, the logic.
the logic to it, and
Yeah,
we don't want to insult anybody. We just
Yeah.
want to understand
and
your
for
point
everybody
of view.
else, and for everybody else, that's logic,
Right.
right? Because it's
Everybody
again,
has-
it's a conversation.
Exactly.
Because I think me personally, I'm gonna open it up to our viewers that pro illegal immigrants. Me, because I believe in the legal way.
Yes.
Because again, the word legal just makes everything more transparent.
Right. And I get it.
I think transparency is the key, really.
Yeah.
Because it kind of ties into what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Or what they're trying to do right now.
Yeah.
You want to see people that's coming in so we can use you better and how to make America
Better.
or this country better. Like
Yeah.
if you're coming in legally as let's say a farmer, whatever, because that's the hard. Everybody always say who's gonna pick the grapes, right? If you're really a good grape picker, I'm gonna use that. No, I'm gonna use
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I
I'm
get it,
gonna
I get
use
it.
that example because
get it.
someone commented on that.
Yeah, I get
which is
it.
possible.
We'll have more wine.
But we want to
Oh,
know.
man,
We
man.
want to know who you are so we can hire you.
Yeah.
And use that resources
yeah.
to make this country great.
Better. Yeah. And I get
But
it.
if you're coming illegal, then what?
People has circumstances where it's why what you mentioned, like
Right,
leaving
right,
the
right,
country,
right. Yeah.
all the stuff. But
I do feel for them. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I
as
feel
a
for them.
human, I mean, I think it's natural for as a human being to feel for those people.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just natural. But
yeah,
Yeah.
there's certain protocols and rules and laws.
That's right.
You have to follow.
yeah,
And if you can't make it in your country that you have to immigrate, what is your country doing? You know what I mean? It's like
oh yeah.
you have the power as people. Let's say you Venezuela, right? Like,
Yeah.
You know, they have the power to vote and stuff like that.
You know, it's funny that I think you every time you that comment right there that can open up. They should, instead of saying why don't we bring them in, the question should be why don't their country bring them back in
Yeah.
to make their country better.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because if you think about it, human
Right?
resource is human
I don't know.
resource.
Maybe
right?
I'm stirring up.
No.
I'm starting. You know what I mean?
I know the problem in Mexico is because of the cartels. I know that. You know,
Right.
if I was Mexican, I live
Yeah.
in a town that has a lot of cartels. I want to get the hell out of there too.
Right,
You know,
right,
I don't know any part of that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But
And-
what is the government doing about that?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but I mean, because for us like Filipinos, right? Let's say, well, we came here legally because just like everybody else that's crossing the border from Mexico, they're coming here to get a job and so on and so forth.
To better life, right?
Better life.
To gain the American dream.
Right, and for the most part, most Filipinos are the same way, right? And again, that's what that girl is saying, really. Like, hey, you know, we all have the same goal
Yeah.
on coming here,
Yeah.
but there's a way to do it.
Right.
Legally.
That's all.
Legally.
That's all she was saying.
That's all we ask.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. It's like be fair for everybody. To be fair for everybody else, do it the legal way because you can get here legally.
Yeah.
It may take years. Yeah. Maybe that'll be a discussion that we can go about.
That's a different discussion.
There's a different discussion.
Yeah, there's a different discussion.
To see like
Hopefully, Doge can figure that out.
Yeah, I know.
hopefully to
Well,
Efficiency, right?
yeah.
Yeah, efficiency, transparency. I think.
Yeah.
I think the takeaway from this that I've never heard actually that came out of this conversation about the immigration crossing the border that I've not seen on any conversation out there on debates or whatever is transparency. The one that we want you to cross legally so we can see your skills and use that skill to make this country better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think so.
I think that's a good way to look at it. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we don't want you to cross illegally because we don't. How do we know
Well,
to use you better?
Not,
right?
not even use you,
Yeah.
but if they cross illegally,
Illegally, yeah.
and they have a very useful skill set,
Yeah.
it's hard to use that skill set because it's
Yes.
hard to find it legally.
Legal job or
Legal
whatever.
job.
Yeah.
So no matter if they really want to be a contributor,
Yeah.
They won't be
You
able
can.
to do
Yeah,
it.
you won't because now you're just randomly working somewhere that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
that's
gonna-
actually exploitation too.
Which is weird,
yeah.
right? You're going to a country
Yeah.
with no papers.
Yeah.
That means you're putting pressure on yourself, hardship on yourself and your family.
Yeah.
Why move?
I don't know. And
Well, I mean, like, again, I'm pretty sure life is not easy where they're coming
And
from.
it's not.
Just like Philippines too, it's not easy neither. But
I was gonna use that example. I mean, there's a lot of mga kababayan will be mad, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of Filipinos that took that risk
Right.
to either come here,
yeah,
go to Italy,
yeah,
Europe,
yeah,
and try to find a better spot,
yeah,
better place for them. But again, with no papers, they may be very educated, very talented, but they're going into careers or jobs that are small and they're not being used to their full capacity just to
That-
earn a little bit.
Yeah,
There's a
because I
little
know
bit.
people that
You're right.
came here legally as a doctor,
Yeah.
end up being a nurse.
Yeah,
Or like downgrading, yeah.
Downgrading. That's
Yeah.
a different.
No,
That's
I
a
mean,
different
I don't
story
mean it.
too.
Yeah, I don't mean it in a bad way.
No. I mean, we got people that I know that are dentists,
Yeah.
right? But came over here, don't want to go back to
Yeah.
get recertified because America has different
Different. Yeah.
standards for it, you know. But because teeth over here in America is different from
The Philippines. That is
We
true.
got donkey teeth.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's a very sad subject, and I do wish that we could figure things out.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the ways to hopefully bring all of us Americans together, or not just Americans actually, because they can see us around the world.
Well, I don't know, man. You don't have American blood.
You're right.
For the comments, right?
Yeah. Hey, if you're not in the U.S. or whatever, you can still comment. Okay. We
Yeah.
want to see your opinion. In fact, we want to see your opinion as a citizen outside the U.S.
Outside looking in.
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, 'cause
Or in your country, do you guys have the same problem?
Yeah. And how do you deal?
And how you guys deal with it?
Yeah.
That's a good way to. But we do have one video that's kind of answer a lot of the questions.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, about what was the question again? Something about we're gonna let that
Yeah,
girl. That, I think
let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna let them. That you guys gonna like this one.
All right, let's go.
Of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
You made
Jackie.
one of the worst first. They all have a criminal record?
And welcome to the If they broke our nation's laws, yes, they are criminals, yes.
Damn.
Da-da-da-da.
I thought that was funny. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure, again, not a whole lot of people like that one. But I mean, that's kind of true. Though, if you look at it, you know, how many criminals? Well, the question is, how many criminals out of
everybody that crossed
across the
illegally,
border, how many are criminals?
how many are criminals?
And you said all the criminals, which is like, hey, I mean, if you put it that way,
Yeah. Well,
yeah. If you broke the law, aren't you a criminal?
well, you did cross illegally.
Illegally. Yeah.
But I think we're gonna leave you with that.
All right.
right.
Yeah. Comment, please. We want to know your thoughts. Until next time.
Until next time, babushka. Notify. You have American blood. All right.